and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Okay, let's see. Now we're working. Now we know. Now we know. Right, now I've got to say that all over again. Okay, Ryan Downey has just said I can only hear the music and no mic. Yeah, that's... Stephen is silent, says Anna. Clive Finnemore says no mic. I've fixed it. I'm sorry. Thank you very much for letting me know. I should have had my eye on it because I can see the monitor green lights flashing up and down when I talk. I should have realised it wasn't there. Okay, so welcome along. We're just running 5k with Victoria today. Victoria's had 2 hard interval sessions the last 2 days, and she's also just done a deep water workout at the pool. So she needs 5 kilometres of easy running this evening. I'm standing here doing absolutely nothing. If you want to run with Victoria, make sure that you go to the Zwift Companion app and make sure that Victoria is a friend, that you've friended Victoria. And make sure then that you go to Zwift, select Makuri Islands and select Run with Victoria. Anna says, hello, Victoria. And hi, Stephen. So if you're watching on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch, you can say hello. Just pop a question in the chat or just say hi. Tell me what you've been doing today. It's been really, really hot here in the UK. On the south coast of England, absolutely baking hot. And it's supposed to be hotter tomorrow. And even hotter the day after that. So we've got a very, very hot weekend. Yeah, hot for us. If you're in Australia, or if you're in the deep south of the USA, or actually most places, kind of central USA, southern Canada, you will all experience much hotter weather than this. Amy says she loves the heat. Ryan Downey says, I would run with you, Vic, but I was viciously attacked on Wednesday and out of commission. When you say you were viciously attacked, is this physically or verbally? And who by? Or what by, should I say? Tina Beard dug a path in her garden and it nearly killed her. Sasha, by all means, please log into Zwift. And make sure that Victoria is a friend of yours on Zwift. And then you should see her name at the top when you log in into Makuri Islands and it will say Run with Victoria. So just click Run with Victoria. We are only on for half an hour or so. But we just a little bit longer than half an hour. But we just need a bit of a chill out. I'm not doing anything this week. I'm having a totally relaxed, non-running week. Okay, Ryan Downey was attacked by a wasp colony on his left thigh and ankle. Wow. Are you all right? Were you in pain? That sounds quite bad. Like genuinely quite bad. Are you all right? Anna says hi, Clive, Tina, and Amy. We've got a nice little group together, and we may have some people watching who've never seen Zwift before. I did actually post this link on the trail and ultra running webpage because somebody was asking about running on a treadmill. And I said, well, we're running on a treadmill in about 15 minutes, so come and watch. So hello if you're from the trail and ultra running Facebook page. And we're running on trails in Makuri Island, look. So Sasha has joined. Sasha is there in the blue. Hello, Sasha. Sasha Favel from France. Hello there, buddy. I see you. So yeah, we're running on trails. What route is this? Sea to Sky or something? Sea to something, isn't it? Sea to something on Makuri Islands. So if you've never seen Zwift before, yeah, this is what we do. We get together and we run together like a little running club online. These are all real people that you see on the right-hand side of the screen. We're all over the world. Some people in America, some people in the USA. Not America, the USA. The USA is America. Well, some people would argue not. France, we've got. Where else have we got? Video from Portugal there as well. Sarah Jacobson is just up ahead of us as well. On her bike, I think, is she? Oh no, she's running. Sarah Jacobson's running. So people from all over the world are running with us, and it's in real time. So in the States, it's what time is it in the States? About 2 o'clock in the afternoon over in the East Coast, or on the West Coast, it's probably about 11 o'clock in the morning if you're in California. And Victoria says we're a nice, friendly bunch, so you better believe it. Right, Ryan Downey says, I'm okay, but the swelling makes me look like a sprinter with these crazy muscles. Yeah, but only on your left leg. So you've got a massive left leg, massive muscles on your left leg, and then like a really pathetic, weak right leg. That's like, do you remember, has anyone seen, it's not The Simpsons, is it Family Guy? Quagmire in Family Guy discovers internet porn. There's a brilliant scene. I'll let your imagination can take you away with that. Amy Green says, I love my Zwift crew. Just a word, by the way, on the video 5k. Yeah, we are scrapping it for the time being. So we're laying it to rest. We may bring it back occasionally in the winter. But we are laying it to rest. Also, primarily because during the summer we've realised that we're not going to be around for a lot of Fridays. We're away, in fact, from next week. We're away for the next 3 Fridays. So it's actually going to be quite difficult for us to run the video 5k, let alone the fact that numbers are very low on that run. So let's knock it on the head, and then we might come back to it in the future. That's the news on the video 5k. Ryan, if it makes you feel any better, Victoria wants you to know that she got loads of insect bites on her legs last night when she ran out with the club. Tina Beard says it'll be fun to do in winter. Yeah, I think, I mean, we might do it once or twice over the winter. But even then, the other thing is, of course, that the Zwift Running League is now a thing that happens, and it will be happening again quite soon. And that is around about the same time. So that again makes it a bit difficult to kind of fit that run in. I'm not sure that is anybody going to be doing the Zwift Running League this time, because I'm not sure I can, because I will be away on a lot of the Fridays that we're supposed to be running. Paul Cottrell, horseflies are the worst. Do you think they were horseflies that got you, Victoria? No, she just thinks they were midgies. Right, you can see the head-down shot from Victoria's treadmill there, her drink on the left, and then the speed is 9 kilometres per hour on the right-hand side there. And there's me, looking rather orange. Why am I looking so orange and I'm not in the middle of the screen? The route we're doing is sea to tree. Sea to tree. Yeah, Christmas special was good, actually, Clive. So maybe we will do the sea to tree... the video 5k Christmas special. That would be quite fun, actually. Jason Mitchell says, I was going to run the video 5k tonight. Well, you can still run it, you just won't be on video. It is still there tonight. It probably will be gone next week, but it is actually still there tonight. So if you do want to run it, you can. And it starts in about 10 minutes. So apologies, Paul, Jason, if you were hoping to run with us and get video going. I'm sorry about that. We've decided against it. Anna says, bring back Banana Girl. Yes, that was it Gina? Yeah, Jason, why don't you just join us now for this run? We've got another 20 minutes or so. Come and join us. Clive says, yeah, join in now, Jason. Right, Tina Beard says, I got bitten by ants today. Ryan Downey is now upset because everybody's it's a competition now to see who's got the worst bites. I haven't... Right, Victoria is genuinely trying to make you feel better, she says, but I'm not sure. I think Tina and Victoria are trying to win to say they've got worse bites. Ryan says nobody should be trying to taunt nature just to win a competition. This isn't a competition, folks. But yeah, anyway, Tina got bitten by ants. I still have blisters from my run. Does that count? I've got blisters on my feet that I didn't burst. Deliberately didn't burst. just to see how long. Well, I like to burst my blisters on a long run because they rub otherwise too much. But I deliberately decided to not burst these ones just to see how long they would last, and they've lasted a week now. This time last week I was on my long run, so these blisters have nearly lasted an entire week. Right, Tina got bitten by ants because she was actually digging up their house in the process of building her path in the backyard. So yeah, that's her own fault really. Clive reckons a lion bit him earlier. Says he lost a leg. Was it just a flesh wound? Right. Victoria wants to know if that was actually one of your pets got loose in the back garden. Yeah, I'm sure you've all seen the Knights Who Say Ni sketch, and the knight who's guarding the bridge in Monty Python. Clive lost a leg. It was just a flesh wound. Sarah Jacobson, having trouble matching the pace because I don't have a fancy my run. Well, get yourself a fancy my run, Sarah. Don't come complaining to us that you can't match the pace when you haven't got a my run. The my run is where it's at, Sarah. Sort yourself out, or get yourself a Noble Pro. Jason, I did some of the plague route last Saturday and got covered in bites from the overgrowth on the path. So Jason Mitchell has been bitten as well. Jason Mitchell, are you doing the plague, says Victoria, or any of the rat races? Are you doing any of the rat races? Because we will be down there in Cornwall again for the rat. So we will see any of you there. Tina, if you're going to... Not Tina. Clive, if you're going to come along, or anyone else from Cornwall. If you're going to come along, Tina, we might see Tina at the Llama Tree Marathon in a couple of weeks' time. John Freeze was thinking to join in 45 minutes' time. Got his time zones wrong. Oh, John, never mind. Don't worry. He said, I need to set 1 o'clock for UK time. John, but I also need to think about you guys in the States, and I need to set 1 o'clock for US time so I can always type in what the US time will be. But of course it depends whereabouts you are in the US, of course, doesn't it? Thank you for the ride-ons that are dropping.
Ride on!
Mark Mansueto, thanks for the ride-on for Victoria. Jason Mitchell will be doing the plague for the 3rd time and staying for the after party. Good on you, Jason. We'll see you there. That'll be fun. We'll have a little get-together, a little Zwifters get-together. Anyone else who lives in Cornwall and wants to come down to the plague or the rat festival, running festival. Yes. We've got Kim Collison, who is a very well-known fell runner and ultra runner here in the UK. He will be doing the talk on the Friday evening at the Rat Running Festival. Clive Finnemore is on the waiting list for the plague. Nothing yet, though. What about just doing one of the shorter runs, or just come down and say hello, Clive? Because we'll have a lot more time than we did at the Southwest Traverse. You can come and have a chat to us, or we can sit down and have a drink and chill out for a bit. At the end, maybe, yeah. Okay, apparently we'll be working very hard during the race. Right, where are we? We are 2.5 kilometres, nearly 2.5 kilometres in. So we're nearly halfway through, 9 kilometres now, running through Macquarie Islands on the trails. Lovely trails. It is a nice route. This is a seated tree route. So if you ever join Macquarie Islands and you want a nice, pretty route, this is the sea to tree route. Those little blue things that are flying up there, they're not the thumbs. Little fireflies in the sky there, yeah. Yeah, so 2.5 kilometres in to our 5k this Friday evening here in the UK. It's been a muggy day. If you've got any stories you want to tell us, drop them in the chat there. If you're watching on YouTube, by the way, and Twitch, hello. I am watching chat from YouTube and Twitch, so if you are watching on those channels, do please pop in the chat as well, because everybody at the moment is on Facebook. And we keep telling people that Facebook, the video from Facebook is really not that great. If you want a decent looking video image, you're much better off using Twitch. It's just just easier, isn't it, to chat on Facebook a lot of the time. John, thanks for the ride on for Victoria there. So we've got 6 of us, I think, running, which is nice. 4 people are highlighted in green there. Those are the people who've joined the actual meetup. And then a couple of other people, Sarah and Sasha, who've joined separately, and that's fine. That's exactly as we wanted people to do. We couldn't invite everybody, and we don't like spamming people too much with invites to things. You'll notice, by the way, also Victoria is wearing again her Zwift headband, which she was sent in the post the other day. She's got 2. Orange with some Z's on it. So it's very nice. If you want to get one of those, pop into the Zwift shop. Why am I so orange? I'm a very orange-looking person on this picture. I don't know why. No, Sarah. Like we would have invited you. It's just, you know, it was a last-minute decision, and it was just right. Just tick a few people quickly, and then we'll invite everybody else on Facebook. Oh no, Sarah's taken offence. Oh, did you? Oh. Well, Sarah, you're the only one that Victoria has personally messaged about it, so there you go. Right, yeah, Clive seems to think I'm wearing spray tan orange. I don't know what it is. Maybe I've colour corrected this camera a bit too much or something. Let me try a colour correction on the camera. While you can't see me, while you can't see it, I'm going to perform a colour correction on this camera and see what it looks like then. You can look at Victoria having what is for her a relatively relaxed run today. You've gone into it must be the heat. Victoria's gone into green heart rate mode. Right, let's just whiten that up a bit. No, that's too white. Let's take some red out of it. It's too much. Yeah, I don't know if any of you saw Wednesday workout, which was, let's just say, hilarious. It was messy as well. Victoria managed to throw up everywhere. Not everywhere, but she worked very hard, let's say. And at the end of the workout, she had worked so hard that she was actually a little sick in her mouth. Ryan Downey says, it looks like you spent 47 hours tanning. It was nearly 47 hours, Ryan. 46 and a half. No, 46.50. However, that includes 2 nights of about 7 hours each as well. So there was no sun or tanning going on in the night sections. Paul, right, me doing colour correction on the cameras. Paul says if Victoria has gone green, it could be trouble again. Yeah, no, I think she's all right. And I haven't colour corrected her camera. You can see she's wearing her. What are they? Are they your New Balance shoes? Victoria's wearing her 1080s New Balance shoes. Still going at 9 kilometres an hour. We've now covered 3 kilometres, 3.1. You can see on the far right of the screen there, on her treadmill, 3.1, 3.1. And then next to that is the number 9. So that shows you 9 kilometres an hour, 3.1 kilometres covered, and 0 incline on the treadmill. Oh, yes, right. So Victoria is wearing her chest strap for heart rate, but she's sending the heart rate via her watch because her heart rate monitor is an Ant Plus heart rate monitor, and it doesn't connect because I don't have my USB Ant Plus stick plugged in anymore to the computer. So we're only on Bluetooth at the moment. So Victoria's Ant Plus heart rate monitor is sending the signal to her watch, to the Phoenix 6, and then the Phoenix 6 is sending it via Bluetooth out to Zwift, which is all very lovely and clever. Anna says, what watch are you wearing? It is a Phoenix 6S. Phoenix 6S. The S means smaller. Basically, they are deliberately designed for the smaller wrist. So it's a Phoenix 6. It's a Garmin Phoenix 6S. Mattino, hello Matt. How are you doing, buddy? He says, how are the legs recovering? They are fine, actually, and I probably could run, but I'm taking the week off just to make sure that I'm all right. So we've got TDS coming up at the end of August in Chamonix. So I want to make sure that my legs recover this week, and then I can do some training, start some training next week for about 3 or 4 weeks, and before we go out to Chamonix. And yeah, I just want to make sure my immune system gets back up to scratch as well. So that's why I'm forcing Victoria, like a sweatshop operation, to run on the treadmill for the entertainment of my viewers. And to be perfectly honest with you, if there was a vote as to who they would like to see run on the treadmill on a regular basis, it probably would be Victoria and not me. But I'm not going to take that vote. I'm not going to offer that vote up. So don't start voting. There's no vote, okay? There is no vote. Don't start voting that you'd prefer to watch Victoria running regularly. Yeah, you get far more comedy and entertainment value from me. Matt says TDS will be a walk in the park. Well, I don't know. I mean, hopefully it will feel a little bit easier than it did last time I attempted it. Shut up, Matt. Right, no, I've told you now, there's no vote. There is no vote, and you can stop that right now. Oh, dear. Jean says, hi, Stephen, where are you in Germany? We're not in Germany, Jean. We're in the UK. Why did you think we're in Germany? No, we're not in Germany, Sean. We're on the south coast of the UK, buddy. Grace, forcing Victoria on the treadmill. Yeah, I think I saw that she threw up while running on the FMR the other day. Oh, yeah, well, okay. Look, I apologise. I'm not pushing her too hard. This is voluntary. Victoria is running voluntarily on the treadmill. Okay, I'm not forcing her to go too fast. I'm not. She's doing this of her own accord. Sarah, I am not calling the vote. Because I know what would happen, all right? Right, Victoria is currently training for the. Are we allowed to say? Okay, yeah, we're allowed to say. So we're currently just starting training for the Paris Marathon, which is in October. So and then South Downs Way 50 in April. So okay, well let's just leave it at that for the time being. Right, so we're training for the Paris Marathon in October, and the South Downs Way 50 miler in April. So we've just started. I've just written a training plan for Victoria for the next 12 weeks to bring her up to speed for the Paris Marathon in October. So that's what we're aiming for at the moment. Paul Cottrell says, Victoria runs so hard for us. She has my vote. Look! Right, there is no vote. Stop this. Stop it now. Victoria says she puts more effort in. Sarah Jacobson says, I was supposed to run Paris in March 2020. So did you, Sarah, did you defer? Or have you deferred to 2021? Did we? No, we didn't. No, you didn't run it in March 2020, March 2019. We were in lockdown in 2020. Sarah, have you deferred to this coming one then? Yeah, Anna, we love Paris. We love Paris. Jean, you said you would visit Germany, or I missed. Did we say we'll visit Germany? I don't. Yeah, we would like to do the Berlin Marathon at some point, but I don't remember us saying we were going to visit Germany. No. I have been to Germany a few times. Victoria's been on tour with a rock band in Germany. Right, Sasha's jumping off. Sasha's just letting us know he's going to the toilet. Right, Sarah Jacobson says, Paris is still on the list and so is London. Well, are you coming? Because if you are coming all the way from the States to London, then we have to meet up, surely. We have to say hello. So if you're coming to London or Paris, we will be in both of those places. So let us know. Well, London, we could easily go to London, couldn't we? Not that we're not running the London Marathon, but we'll easily be going to London. Okay, right. So Sarah is confirming she got her money back. Paris and London are still on the list to do, I think is what she's saying. But she's not actually signed up to do them. Okay. I think I've got you. 2022 or 23, Sarah? Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no. Victoria would like to be at the London Marathon in 2023. Oh, Paris in 2023. Oh, okay. Matt, yes, you are meant to be running with us. You should be on a treadmill, and you should be on Zwift, and you should be running with us. I'm not running. I'm just standing here talking. Normally I would be running, but because I'm recovering, I'm forcing Victoria against her will onto the treadmill in my sweatshop operation. So Victoria's doing the running this week. But yes, you should be running with us. Have you got a treadmill, Matt? You need a treadmill. By the way, if anybody's wondering, I do know Matt. Matt is a friend of mine, so we... It's not like I'm randomly talking to a stranger like this. Yeah, I do know Matt. Matt, get yourself a treadmill and come and join us, buddy. Tina Beard says it's really sweaty even at this pace. Yes. Yeah, it's really warm, isn't it? Grace, maybe I should aim for Paris 2022. That sounds lovely. Yeah, Grace, absolutely. Why not? Matt says, have you got a spare treadmill? Funnily enough, no, we haven't. No, right, no. Victoria says, no, we haven't got a spare treadmill. We've got two treadmills, but apparently it's his and hers treadmills. So no, we haven't got a spare treadmill. Oh, Grace, apparently Victoria will not be there in 2022 because she's running a different race on that day. I'll be there, but if you want to see both of us, can you do it in 2023, please? Come to Paris in 2023. Or you can just meet me in 2022. I'll be there. I'll be in Paris next year. So let me just explain. We've got the Paris Marathon in 2021 in October, but then the Paris Marathon is reverting back to April, isn't it, I think? So the Paris Marathon is then reverting back post-lockdown to April 2022. So I'll be doing that again. So I'll be doing the Paris Marathon twice within about 6 months of each other. I do the Paris Marathon every year, and I have done for the past 9 years. I wanted to do 10 in a row. Grace says, where will you be in 2022? Well, Victoria will be doing the South Downs Way 50, which she signed up for thinking that it was a week before the Paris Marathon, and then realised after paying a lot of money that it was on the same day as the Paris Marathon. So, unfortunately, we made the decision that I will go to Paris and I'll run the Paris Marathon, and Victoria is going to be very brave and do a 50-mile run on her own, a hilly trail run on the South Downs on her own on that day while I'm in Paris. Right. Sarah Jacobson has said, if you took a vote, you'd know who we want to meet more. That is charming, that is. Well, you know, every day I'm here. Almost every day. But, okay, I've had a week off. But, you know, every day I'm here for you guys. This is the thanks I get. This is the thanks I get. Look, I know she's better looking than me. I know she's funnier than me. But, you know, a guy can have hurt feelings. I might well go and cry myself to sleep tonight. Right, it's 4.8k, 200 metres to go to the end of our little 5k today. Hang on.
Thank you to everyone who's joined me. I've really enjoyed tonight. So thank you. It's a good start to the weekend.
So, Amy. Oh, look, Amy. Amy says, Stephen, my vote is for you. And Sarah now feels guilty. It's a tie, she says, I promise. Right, Matt says, it's been a pleasure, if a little weird. Have fun. See you soon. Well, the aim is to freak you out a bit, Matt. The aim is that it is a little weird until you kind of get used to it, and then it's perfectly normal. I get what you mean. I get what you mean. It can initially look a bit strange, but once you get used to it, running on Zwift is hilarious and brilliant. We love it. Paul Hayward says good evening. Good running in this heat. Well done, Victoria. Clive Finnimore says well done, everyone. Ryan Downey says I've never left your side, Stephen. Clive, actually, do you know what? Thank you. I appreciate that. You're right. You haven't. And Marcus Holmes. Hello, Marcus. We haven't heard from you for a while. Marcus says nice work, Victoria. What Marcus has been too busy. Marcus never sets foot off Zwift. Right, thank you very much, everyone, and nice to see so many people popping into the chat. Thank you, Matt, for popping in. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Clive, Anna, Marcus Holmes popping in at the end there. Sarah Jacobson, always good fun. Grace and Amy, thank you very much, guys. Everyone who's popped in and said hello, cheers. That's it. 5k done. Paul Cottrell says, this is far less weird than the last stream. Well, yes, that is true. That was a sight to see. By the way, if you haven't seen it, why just go back and look, and you will see just towards the end of Wednesday workout. Just go and have a look at Victoria throwing up, and if you want to see it, Victoria throwing up at the end of Wednesday workout. But it proves that she worked hard. Anna says, have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you very much, guys, for your company this evening. Can you press that end button there? Yeah. It's not goodbye. It's just changing the camera angle.
Thank you. Have a good weekend, all.